to the middle school dance. So far, she has made 112 tickets, and her plan is to make 320 tickets. What percent of the admission tickets has Haley produced so far? Solve the problem using the percent formula and verify your answer using a visual model. So for this problem, we need to do two things. We need to do the percent formula and a visual model. So we're going to start with the percent formula. I'm going to go ahead and label it so I can find it later. So from our previous problems, we know that the percent formula is part equals percent times the whole. So for this problem, let's go ahead and list out what our pieces are. Part, P-E-R-C, it helps if I can spell, huh? Percent and whole. So from our problem, we know she has made part of the tickets, which was 112, and we know that she wants to make a total of 320. So our percent is our piece we don't know. So for a variable, I'm going to use the letter P. So let's substitute in our values. So our part is 112 equals our percent, which we don't know, so P, times our whole, which is 320. Now to solve this one, we're going to use our multiplicative inverse. So in order to do that, we're going to make what we're multiplying by a fraction. So we're going to take both sides times this multiplicative inverse of 320. All right, so 1 over 320 times 112, I'm going to go ahead and make that look like a fraction, equals P times 320 over 1 times the multiplicative inverse. So on my left side, I can go ahead and multiply 1 times 112 over 320 times 1, which is 320, equals P times, now this 320 times its multiplicative inverse turns into a 1, which is what we want. So times 1, which we don't really need. So to solve for our percent, we need to divide this out and find the decimal form of our percent. You can use a calculator to do that. When you use your calculator, you get 0.35. To change our decimal to an actual percent, we multiply by 100 or move that decimal point over 2 places, and we get a final answer of 35%. So we've done the percent formula, now we need to work on our visual model. All right, visual model. All right, so for this, we're going to start with our tape diagram. And we know that altogether, total, she wants to make 320 tickets. And when she makes all of that, it would equal 100%. Now we also know that she's made already 112. So I'm just going to pick a spot on my line, and I'm going to put that she's made 112 tickets, but that I don't know what percent that is, so this is what we are trying to find. Now, in our other problems, we've broken this up by percentage, but since we're wanting to find the percent, we can't break it up into percents. So this time we need to break it up into tickets. So really what we're doing is we're taking this 100% and trying to find out how many percents would be for one ticket. Now we probably don't want to take this and break it up into 320 pieces, so we just are going to write out the algebra part of this. So the percent in one ticket would be the 100% divided into 320 units or boxes on our number line. Now we know that we have 112 of those, so you can divide this out and make it into a decimal. I'm going to go ahead and leave it as a fraction. So I know that I have 112 tickets. So we need to find out what percent that is. So we're going to take our percent of one ticket. So 100 divided by 320, and we're going to multiply that by our 112 tickets. Make that look like a fraction. So now when we multiply straight across, 100 times 112 equals 11,200 over 320 times 1, 320. So from here we can use our calculator, and when we divide this out, we get that 112 tickets is equal to 35%.